Hello, it's me. I'm doing the millennial pause now, where I pause a bit before I start speaking at the start of a VOD. I think at one point I spoke like a little bit before the VOD started and it traumatized me forever. Doing a bit of a late stream today, ended up having an after work party that I wasn't planning to attend, but then my boss was kind of like, it'd be fun to have you here, and I was like, oh man. Would it? I guess I'll go. Then I had a good time. So I'm starting about like 2 hours later than I normally start. I didn't even work today, I just attended the after work. Crazy how that works. So we're probably just gonna get through a decent bit of the open world segment, or at least Ardaheim is the intention. But before that, as always, it's game time. This looks like a gun aimed at me. Or like a gas mask. Red guy in the background. I don't think it is No More Heroes, but there's a lot of white. I feel like I've seen this cover before. Mad Max. Is this a GTA cover? Is this like GTA San Andreas or something? No. I've definitely seen this cover before, but I don't think I don't recognize it, so I guess I'm cooked. No, it wouldn't be Splinter Cell, would it? It's not Payday. Splinter Cell likes to run with green colors, not red colors. Wait, is this like a... What's the name of that series? The... Riddick, that's it. Is this Riddick? Max Payne? It does look like Max Payne, but it's not, right? See if we can't get it with the help of the final 3 letters here. Looks like a 2 maybe in front as well. Also hello above. How are you doing? Kingpin Life of Crime. That seems like a really good guess. True Crime, Streets of LA. Why have I seen this cover before? I wonder from where. It's too recognizable. I was gonna say Genshin, but... The purple makes me think of the Tales of Symphonia character, the summoner. I had a day off from work where I did 3 rounds of laundry in one day. I felt like such a fucking Chad. I even folded it all immediately. Changed my sheets. Went out and took a 2-hour walk. I was balling that day. Now don't ask why I left enough laundry in the basket to have to run 3 different batches all at once. That's neither here nor there. This isn't the ninja from Tales of Symphonia. Unfortunately, it's slightly wrong. The dress doesn't fit. Which makes me lean Genshin. Just because I've seen a character that kinda has that vibe. Apparently I was right. Why can I identify you based on your clothing? It's even the character I was thinking of. I hate how much Genshin you absorb by osmosis. Yeah, she has different art. Hey, yo. This is someone I would like to have a beer with. Feel me? I would vote for this guy. That is the standard number of loads. I have a pretty fucking big laundry machine, so I feel like I should be able to do 1 load a week, no problem. But it's also only my own clothing, not like a household. The sign does not remind me of anything. So let's go by property. Let's just rule out Street Fighter. No. I thought it could be art for Super Turbo or something. But it is not a character I recognize. If you do Marvel vs. Capcom... Oh, you can't do... Is there a character that's only in Marvel vs. Capcom? There's probably not. That wouldn't make sense. So you can't get it by franchise like that. It would be really funny because then you would basically catch like such a wide range with the wrong franchise but right saga, or rather wrong saga but right franchise. No, it's not. It's franchise. Okay, no, that wouldn't work. They wouldn't even give you a yellow for that, I don't think. Who the fuck is this guy? Is this fucking... Well, it's not Warhog. Who the fuck is this guy? Best streamer is back at it again? Thank you, Niklas. I don't feel like the best streamer right now. I'm currently failing at whoever the fuck this guy is. But I feel like that's more of a their issue than me issue. He just kind of looks like a random muscular guy. With really bad fashion sense. Like horrendously bad fashion sense. It does look Borderlandsy. But I don't think it's one of the main characters in any of the Borderlands I've played. It could be from 4, I suppose. Who? Waller Mask? But Metal Wolf. Huh? But this mask is baller. It doesn't really make any sense, but it is baller. I thought it was like Metal Wolf Chaos for a second. Okay, the mask is a lot less cool when it's so fucking small compared to his body. I feel like they should enlarge the mask by like 30%. Like his fucking arm is 4 times the size of his mask. What? It's a random enemy type. I was like, I don't remember a playable character that's this. It's a random enemy type. It's not even a boss. They also look varied. With different helmets. With the concept art not looking anything like they do in-game. This might be one of the... Can I get the success rate on this one? There has to be like 2 people that got that. and they're wrong. Minecraft. Fuck, it would have been funny. Why does it keep doing... I tapped it for a second. Never-ending black market? I don't know what this is. Classless MMO. What? Warframe? Sci-fi setting. True, you do the space wormhole. Yeah, it is Eve. Yeah, it is Eve Online. You're right. Correct. I was thinking Endless Legend, but I was like, that's not an MMO. You're right, it is Eve. Nice misdirect with saying mining, and they mean space mining. You know, it could have been Minecraft. Anything can fit in there. Let me be your daily news post, by the way. Show you a cool project. I installed it earlier today. It's pretty good. I'm playing this on my own time. Paper Mario Star Nova. It's actually pretty good so far. Someone made a full, like, new game mod. It's a bit shorter. It's like 15 hours or so. 10 to 15 hours, probably. But it's charming. It's in the emulator for original Paper Mario, so it's all made with the same constraints, which is dope. I really like original Paper Mario, so I liked having an excuse to play it again. But the story so far has impressed me a decent bit. So if someone's interested in more Paper Mario, this is a good time. If anyone knows more total conversion mods like this, I would love to know them, or like really, really good ROM hacks. I played Enderroll. I don't know. I don't think I finished Enderroll, did I? 30 hours. I have not finished Enderroll. But Enderroll is very good. I probably should go back and play it again. I don't remember the exact reason I stopped. I think it was because I switched PC. When I upgraded my PC, I think I lost my save, and that's why I didn't keep playing. But Enderroll is pretty good, and the... what's it called? Gothic 2 mod is really good. What's it called? I forget what it's called. Myrtania? Oh yeah, the Chronicles of Myrtania. This mod is also supposedly really good. I'm gonna play it later. See if I like it. But I really want to have more like fan-made experiences, ROM hacks or whatever. Because I feel like the good ROM hacks are often better than the original games they're from. And I really enjoy total conversion mods made by fans. There's always a lot of fun stuff to do in them. So I've been searching for them, but I haven't found that many interesting ones. These two are like the most relevant. I'm used to every ROM hack being ass. I'm not. Most ROM hacks I played have been very good. I've played very few bad ROM hacks. Most mods I know are from Pokemon though. Yeah. I'm so tired of Pokemon ROM hacks. I played a decent chunk of them. Or I shouldn't say a decent chunk. I played like 4 or 5 of them. But like, they're cool, and they can be a lot better than the original games. I just don't really like Pokemon that much, which makes me a bad enjoyer of them. Every Pokemon ROM hack is really bad. Disagree. I think a lot of ROM hacks are a lot better than the source material. I just am not necessarily the biggest fan of Pokemon in general. Right. So, order of operations. We took on a quest here. We're gonna do all of the requests in that are in like our quest log, and also try and find more. I suppose. I say all, but Aka, I'm very sorry. It's kind of doomed for you. You were never my favorite anyway, so you know, fucking go cry about it. We're doing Iris, but we're doing Miguel especially, which is right next to us, right? So let's do that first. I think you've just been burned by a few bad ones, Munch. I've finished like 4 ROM hacks, Pokemon ROM hacks, and none of them have had that problem. I think you've just been burned by bad RNG, or bad, like, sifting through mud. Thought you found a gem, but you didn't. Generally, if they've been vetted by a large part of the community, then they're pretty good. We should likely do our next research, shouldn't we? We're getting to it. In general, I like, we're gonna do everything in this this segment. I'm not stressed about starting the research. It won't finish during the segment anyway, so don't sweat it. You don't have to point me to what to do to start with, at least. I've got a pretty good idea what I want to do. But yes, we are gonna do research. If they want... My main order of operations is Miguel is right next to us, so we're gonna do the Miguel stuff immediately. Then we're gonna do Ardoheim because Kirby has been itching for it. Oh, so hello, Sandy. How did you get Gamedel in 1? If they wanted to be truly accepting your succubi, they should have staff to fuck you while you deposit money. Double deposits. Have you seen that video essay on difficulty and pain? Ah, yes. The singular video essay on difficulty and pain. I don't think so, but I do like the implication that there's only been one person that's talked about it. I'll Blue Sky DM it. I will have Blue Sky open to see it. Given Yehilin's position in the new order of things, we're positioned to make significant profits. Big. Our family is doing well again, but what to invest in? That's what I feel every day. Please excuse me, I'm with one of our best customers. We're keeping extra staff out these days because some of the orcs and succubi who want to bank are very enthusiastic. Okay, so why is this, like, floating? Lady Miguel, I presume you're here about the real estate transaction we previously discussed by letter. Correct? Is everything in order? To be truthful, there were mixed opinions about giving you such favorable loan terms. Well, we trust you as a general rule, of course. Okay, what is this link you sent me? Have I seen this? No. I've not seen it. It has 9k views. From a creator I've never seen. I think you could play the odds on me not seeing it. Since I've never seen it. Or like, since I've never talked about the creator, rather. But orphans, here in the heart of the merchant quarter, that won't necessarily project the image that many property owners want. I hate how realistic this is. So much good housing that people don't want to build because they don't want to build like shelter for homeless people. They don't want to house homeless people, or like vagrants near their own properties. So they're like, we need more affordable housing, but not here. But when everyone says that, then, you know, there's nowhere to build it. It's just efficient. Yes, I suppose. And your credit has always been good. I own you. We own your country. Let us cook. It's done. You now own the building directly to the west of the bank. Good. Let's head over right now. I think my coworker's magic is sexy, but I'm happy to have him as a colleague. But if he was banging someone else, I'd totally watch. I can introduce you to a goddess that would feel the same way. My partner is great, but I'm getting tired of everyone assuming that we should fall in love just because we work together. That's why you don't fall in love. I looked at the other monitor like I would see the quest information on my other screen. I haven't had the guide up in so long, but I still act like it's right there. I was like, oh, I need to consult the pages, and I immediately look to the other monitor like the guide is still there. No, I have to navigate there in game. Acquire supplies. I mean, we were gonna go in and check first. Simon, there you are. Eventually this will be an orphanage, but we're still getting set up. Can I add these books to my own bookshelf in the place? Eventually, all the people complaining about the retirement housing value will die, and then the homeless kids will slash the prices with reckless abandon. I unfortunately think that won't happen. I think what's far likelier is that a small subset of people are going to inherit the housing, and it'll accrue even more value. And the large majority will have all their money siphoned off by like care or like elderly care and fucking retirement home money and all that stuff, and then the houses will be repossessed and leased out for exorbitant amount of money, or resold rather, for like insane amounts of money by the banks later. I don't think people passing away, like I don't think the boomer generation passing away is going to remotely solve the housing economy. At least not in the short term. It's gonna be a policy thing. Like, them dying is not gonna mean that it gets redistributed in any meaningful way, because the kids to the really rich people are going to also want to be really rich, and as long as that incentive exists, that means that they're gonna buy up everything, just like the old people have been doing now. Once you get the first steps done, I'll have a request, but also a reward for you. Well, what you said was something completely different from what I said, but the end result is similar. Yeah, they're both Sag. I'll begin work soon, Miguel. Oh, Simon! Won't you give me 1,000,000 prawn for an orphanage? Yes, dear. I'll give you 1,000,000 prawn for an orphanage. 1,000,000? Talk to her later. Cumdom thinks that Pretty Money Lady is doing a very nice thing for children's. Thanks, Cum. It gives Cumdom many thinkings. Maybe she can do a fun teaching thing too. Well, I wish you the best of luck with it. I'm happy to help with everything, Miguel. God, you are... Are you the horniest person on our team? Like, legitimately. You constantly get to engage in administrative work, more so than anyone else gets to be horny. You're also off from the front lines most of the time, which means that even during periods of war and like suffering when everyone else has to lock in, you're still engaging in your kink. So like, you might be the horniest person on our entire team. I actually think it's quite likely. Also a reward for you. Nice, we're gonna get sex scenes with Miguel. It's been a while. We're doing it for the sex boys. It was Ari Hilana, the order thaumaturgy, right? And then Jenny. Gonna check out all the other areas in here later as well. I wanna check out the cathedral. Ah, nice, so this indicates that the quest is happening here. Makes sense. That's what this is. I have a pretty big list of necessary supplies. This many magical supplies for a school? Of course their education is going to require magical components given the importance of magic in everyday life. But this much security? Ari Hilana is a very safe city. She just doesn't want anyone to hurt the poor little... If I'm doing this, I'm doing it properly. Sure. Now, can you supply everything discreetly or not? There should be no problem. It'll just take us a little time. It's hard to make a business selling something like seer crystals, but I need to leverage my advantages here. I love these crystals so much. I wonder if I could use them for... Damn it, someone is stealing from the stores. The succubi say our anti-illusion spells are untouched though. Corruption from the inside? This smells like a quest. I love that this guy is the only one that has glasses. And they're so large on the sprite, I feel like it's like a bad disguise. I'm glad that the Order of Thaumaturgy can remain an essential part of Yihilin, despite all that's changed. Are you here for a look at my canvas? Take a glance, if you wish, but don't touch. We're honored to know the Queen is interested in our work. I'm touching the fucking canvas. Yes, I also thought it was a mustache at first. We're not just increasing volume. We need greater diversity of crystal varieties in order to satisfy all mages. I've completed most of... Is this the financial guidance stream? Probably. It's finishing companion quests and exploring the world, which means that yes, there's gonna be a lot of financial fuckery. I already got asked to spend 1 million prawn on an orphanage, and like, I know that I left Paulina there, but I'm not a horrible person. Like, I have to spend money on the orphanage. I've completed most of my studies, but I love this place. Maybe I can stay on as a teacher if I learn enough. Welcome back. You can enter if you really have an essential need. Yeah, I won't. I was confident in my magical ability, but I'll need to study hard to make it into the order. Yeah, okay. Nothing else here. How many crystal types are there? At least 2. I hope that helps. Wait, if I go here before I go to Janine, I wonder if they have some new dialogue. No, the first steps includes everything, okay. Wait, you actually agree? I'm not sure how our talks would go if we're not arguing. Strange as it is to say that, I can see some of your points. Letting Paulina get ganged instead of having Sabafa murder most of the army likely created less orphans. Fucked up thing to say. That doesn't make it wrong though. Look, she had it in hand. She ends up cleaning up afterwards and killing them all. It's fine. I would be depriving her of an essential character building moment, okay? Don't get on my case. There's my favorite conqueror. I don't know everything, but you've landed some real powerhouses in the harem, huh? You could say that. Anyway, that's your business. I want to talk airships. Bet you're glad that you invested in them now, huh? Thank you for your work, but I think our investment has shown its primary returns. Where did you end up using Sabafa again? I used her in Serantia. Which actually ended up letting Serantia send aid to Ardaheim, which I wasn't expecting. So I think it upped the score for Ardaheim a little bit, like when we were invading the crystal. But yeah, I sent them in Serantia. If I didn't care about stream time and wasting your time, like, again, it's one thing to waste my own time, I don't mind that, but it's a different thing to waste everyone else's time. If I didn't care about that, I would have used them in Takkan instead, based on the dialogue and like the considerations at the time. I think it would have probably seen slightly better use there, but it's not a big deal. Are you seriously quoting epic rap battles of history? That's a fucking timeout. That's a 5-minute timeout, dude. You don't get to be cringe on the stream. I figured. So right now, it's all about using what made it through the war. Most importantly, the agnostic made it through. We have a lot of data, so we have some big improvements planned. Happy that we sent Estrella ships. I almost completely blanked on her name, to make sure that ship survived. I don't know how much you'll need an airship, but it'll be ready. Lady, this is the end of an RPG. There are gods at play. the final third of an RPG always involves an airship either getting to the end game or crashing into the place where the end game is, or crashing into the final boss even. Like, the airship is a mandatory like, we are so much weaker without an airship to crash at the enemy. I appreciate the report. No problem. I'm just glad I got to play a role in the war without sacrificing my life or anything. Heyo, Kirby. Just you wait, the new agnostic will be great. We're gaming. You joined right after I muted above, or timed out above average for 5 minutes because he made a reference to epic rap battles of history, and I cringed, like, viscerally. Didn't we save the agnostic? Yeah, that's what they're saying. They got a bunch of data from it, so they're upgrading it. The new agnostic meaning like the new and improved, not that it's dead. Hello there. Ah, I recognize you from the agnostic. That's right, happy to keep serving however I can. Thank you for your work. I've been allowed a while to recover here, but we'll all be ready to help again if you need us. The agnostic will be ready when you need it. Sounds like Patrici has big plans. What convenient phrasing. You weren't there for the first 80-90% of that dialogue. It made sense in context. Janine, I trust that there won't be any trouble arranging things for the orphanage. What's the point of taking over a country if you can't create a few organizations? Fortunately, Yihilin is thriving, and all the new factions generally approve of new pro-social programs. I do love the idea of getting here at this point in the game, and you've fucked up so much throughout that instead of saying this, she's like, the nobles hate us, and we barely have control of the population at large, so I'm afraid that no orphanage can be made because it'll be unpopular with the property owners. Like, it has to be so funny to have like a doomed playthrough this deep in. It should be no trouble whatsoever, even with all your specifications. Honestly, you didn't need to stop by. I could have delegated, but truth be told, I miss doing this stuff with my own hands. If things go south, at least I finished one last deal and did some good. I can understand that. I often find myself thinking about what I can leave behind. You should write a guide for the worst possible playthrough. Yeah. If only Above were here to tell us what she would have said. It's like I can almost hear his voice still, echoing in the distance. If all this works out, maybe what you can leave behind next are these burdens. Perhaps. What? Really? Huh. I thought it would... Okay, cool. I was like, the dialogue doesn't seem to acknowledge that he's not really feeling very up to it now. So I was surprised to see the sex dialogue, and it just gives me ... That's kind of good. I like that. I don't even need to clean here, but the idea of Janine being all alone in this wing makes me sad. That makes me angry. You can't announce what your characters are feeling all the time. That makes me angry. Wait, you still use our private fuck zone for training? Can we evict you? I feel like we have... Like, I know squatters' rights exists, but, like, I think we can evict you at this point. This place lonely. Me study hard to help with airships. Now get to visit big city and fancy share room. Is there any chance the whole harem could come back to visit? It's so empty here. Lady, it's a little too late for that. Not much work here these days. The queen lets us stay, but it's a charity. I'll stick around here and burn some bread for the sake of old times. Okay, so there has to be a 10th member. We're going to get the 10th member of the staff for sure, right? It has to be in this segment. I wonder what it's gonna be. I'm interested to find out. Obviously, don't spoil. Things feel empty without all of you. At least the orcs are lively. We're keeping Janine safe, but these new spells you keep introducing are so durable, not many of us are necessary. You're made redundant by AI. That's crazy. I'm thinking I might retire. Guards aren't so necessary anymore, and those left aren't very interested in sex. What? What? Lady! What do you mean they're not that interested in sex? With the palace almost empty, we can take it easy. Did we breed the fucking out of the orcs? I'm master of clothes, but there are so few clothes. Is this all there is to life? Why is everyone depressed? Stop being depressed. Abridged is cool. Epic Rap Battles of History is like boomer coded. Big difference. Especially that one. Especially that one. It's so funny that both those people have been like outed as creeps since then. Or outed. I mean. I guess outed is the right term. It's a bit weird. Like, we obviously don't have the full picture, but the Epstein stuff from both is whew. Janine had us work cooking meals for the poor of Yihilin. It's nice being busy again. You do know they are the same age, correct? And one of them is still relevant and being updated continuously. The other one is watched by 5-year-olds. I know the Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridge is over 20. Whomst what? It was the Bill Gates versus Stephen Hawking's Epic Rap Battle of History. Was a quote from there. Janine had us work cooking meals for the poor of Yihilin. It's nice being busy again. Nice. Brother. Move! Thank you. The last ERB came out a few months ago, but only 12-year-olds care, while a lot of people care about Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. One of them has survived the zeitgeist and still gets millions of views. If you say one more line defending ERB and going against my decision, you're getting timed out for 30 minutes. Merchant quarter. The time travelers knew what was up for sure. First steps complete in very good time. Come over here and we'll discuss the next. What's the reward? Because if the reward is sex, I need you to understand that I'm not up for it right now. I mean, me as the player would be, but unfortunately my shod-ass player insert character isn't. Yes, dude, I get the weird watch streak thingy badge. What the fuck? Bloom badge level 1. Hello, Bloomberg. You imagine yourself as an old war veteran? Having to read Twitch chat day in and day out? Yes. Yes, I do. Should I quote a more relevant AI artist instead? No. Why would you quote any of them? You are your own person. You don't have to live vicariously through quotes. You can, you know, live your own life. I know it's hard to believe, but it's possible. See, this is why I imagine myself as a old war veteran, reading questions like that. It's a per user, not per streamer watch streak thing called weekly rewards. I'm apparently in the terminally online beta group. Interesting. I'm happy that I'm disconnected with Twitch. The only thing I need to know about Twitch, the only piece of information is, tell me if you start getting ads in the middle of the stream again. And then I can get angry at Twitch. Nothing else really matters. It's a case-by-case basis on how I'm feeling on the day above. You can't work around it. There's no point trying. I muted you for the memes on that one. I didn't mute you because I was legitimately angry at it. I only get ads on refresh. Yeah, that's the consequence on turning on pre-roll ads, unfortunately. But yeah, if it's in the middle of the stream, then that sucks and you should, like, tell me, like, while you're watching. Yeah, refreshes are count as, like, starting again. The like annoying thing of being work from home is like you run out of good media eventually, so Twitch becomes default. Brother, how true that is. Insanely true. I don't even work from home and I still get that because of shift work, you know. I had the meeting with shift work stuff and moving over to daytime today. So now I've got a more understandable timeline and I'm way less annoyed about it. The main thing that's keeping it from progressing is just that they need to find a replacement for me in the 24/7 like shift work group, because you need at least 13, I think, to cover all the shifts. So they're going to make an ad for the replacement, ideally before the summer vacation start, so like before August. And I've already got a candidate I'm going to recommend that he applies, which would get me a signing bonus, which is funny. Like I would get plus like $1,000 for like recommending someone if he gets the job, which is kind of neat. Not the reason I'm doing it. I think he genuinely really enjoy working there. He also enjoys night shifts, so it's pretty ideal for him. But when that's done, I can move over to day shift, and I'll also get the ability to work from home, which is really, really nice. Like, I wouldn't be able to work from home all the time. I also wouldn't want to all the time, but like once or twice a week would be no problem, which is really, really nice. When I got my chat locked trying to preempt my response to curbs, if only I were here thing. Hitting reply on timeout just deletes the message window entirely into a refresh. What the fuck? Okay, work, BBL chat, and anti-chat. What? BBL chat? Brazilian butt lift chat? Why do you got the... Huh? Why do you have the Brazilian butt lift shaft? What the fuck? Okay, that's fine. But yeah, so I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be dope. Yeah, voice filter AI stuff has been a thing for ages. I mean, it's really hard to distinguish between different types of AI as well. Depends also on how you're using the filter. Like, you can use an AI voice filter to impersonate someone else, and using their likeness, that would not be cool, but you can also use it in a ton of ways. That's fine, I think. If that weren't an NL thing, I would have been worried. I don't know the NL things. I haven't been keeping up with the lore. I need to lock in on the lore. That's my bad. I need to get in the Northern Line Discord. I'm missing out for sure. Post in the Peloton chat. But yeah, that's my life update. I'm excited about it. I can't wait. I went to the after work today and talked to a bunch of people as well. I thought I was going to stay for like less than an hour, or like 1 hour and a half, but I had too much fun, so I stayed for like 3 hours. It was great. Just saving a bunch of orphan brats isn't much of a goal. I also want to draw together Arkland in another way. Movement is more common now, but still considered suspicious by some. Having children travel for the sake of education, however, is not. Oh shit. You thought about this a lot more than I thought you did. For that reason, I want to make contact with various organizations across the continent that deal in this. The economic benefit of doing that is pretty huge. Oh gosh, this is still the same game. I like turtles. I'll put it this way. We are, as far as I'm aware, in the final open world segment. Which, it just happens to be like 40 hours. So, give it like 60 hours and we're done with the game. We're going to be sad when the game is over. I'm not doing 100%. I'm legitimately, this is just a fucking massive RPG. I'm not kidding when I say this is the game. If anyone asked for like, what's my #1 game recommendation, it would probably be this game. If you say you want, or rather, my #1 RPG recommendation, my #1 game recommendation is Outer Wilds, for sure. Outer Wilds is my #1. But if you're saying you want an RPG, I would 100% recommend this game as like my number one pick. It's massive, yes, but it's so fucking good. There are some parts I don't like, for sure. I think that there are parts that are weaker than others. If they don't stick the landing, it's gonna be really jarring at the end. It's gonna feel really tragic if I don't like the ending and how they set that up, but so far it's rewarded my trust more than like any other game's writing has, so, you know, it's a really long time, yes, but there's a reason I go back and stream it to like 5 viewers and that they come back every time. It's because the game has that sauce. It has the soul, and it has the fucking movement, but like story-wise, not mechanic-wise. I was gonna say sauce again, but I was like, fuck, I've already exhausted the word sauce. I come here for you, not this H game. Well, you don't come here at all, is the problem. Or like, you come here and then leave immediately, so evidently you didn't come here for me either. Which is, you know, fair, but awkward comment to make in the chat, you know? I come here for the H game and you. See? That's what a good chatter is like. Not everyone likes coming. True, true, true. I like arriving, personally. It's a much more fun word to say. But like, what we're doing right now, Turtles, is we're building an orphanage. We're building an orphanage for kids, and there's like nothing sexual about it. We're talking macroeconomics. It's great. You have some in mind? Don't worry, I'm not sending you on a wild goose chase. I have exactly 3 in mind. Here in Yihilin, talk to House Rose. I also have contacts in Ramasta and Gasm Falls. I know I'm sending you on errands, but could you? For old time's sake? Sure, Miguel. More teleportation than old times, though. Haha. Thank you for your help so far, Simon. I know I'm asking for more money, but there's another way I can assist our efforts. What is it? Over the past years, we've been pushing our investments hard, taking every scrap of profits that wouldn't harm the fundamentals. This is what people said about the last game, and you don't see them around. That's so true. Dude, the amount of people that watched the Umineko stream and then instantly left when I started streaming something else. Oh, that was great. They're like, no, I'm here for you. And then they were gone instantly. Even when I streamed like Zero Ranger. No, I wasn't serious. What the fuck did I stream? I streamed something during that. It was just empty comparatively, which is fine, but definitely a comment that I think is sweet, but I don't trust, if that makes sense. Kept it as second tab. Were you here? Oh no, you were here for Off the Devil. But we're talking Umineko right now. It's an H game where the MC can't have sex for an extended period of time without it being a kink thing. Well, yeah, that was... You're thinking of Off the Devil. We're talking Umineko, which is a little bit further back. The reason we call that the last game is because that game was 200 hours as well. And unfortunately, most of the VODs are lost, which is tragic. But because the VODs got lost, that's why we started the VOD channel. Well, it seems like this is the deadline to end all deadlines. We can and should go further. You mean tap everything? Like in Magic the Gathering? Like, use the resources. Not destroy what we built, of course, but yes, we could go further and draw future profits. But this'll be it. After this, we won't be getting much profit for years, and afterward, it would be just normal returns. I think this is probably a healthy step before we transition to letting everything run on its own. The only 2 real Pep games, Umineko and TLS. Yeah, so far. I can't wait until... or for what the next things are. They probably won't be as long as this, though, that's for sure. I tap out and cast Economic Orphanage. Fucking, that feels like a line that someone would say in modern fucking Wizards of the Coast crossover set design. Economic Orphanage is definitely a Marvel card. If we really push, we may be able to finish another round of research as well. I think this is the time. Next up, Persona 5 Royal. That's lore about me that you don't know about above, but I am the biggest Persona hater of all time. Not quite true, but I'm up there for sure. I played Persona 5 Royal with a friend before this. I still have some good clips of that playthrough. Yes, you must have had the help of a powerful gamer. Fucking slams the table. Bullshit every time. But the... I so dislike Atlus's game design, dude. I am the fucking biggest hater. I played Persona 4 Golden, Persona 5 Royal, and I played a little bit of Persona 3 when it got re-released, but fucking hell. Oh. No, yeah, I like Mulana 2 is gonna be the next game, but I don't know enough about the game to know if it's gonna be like in the trifecta together with, you know, TLS and Umineko by the end of it. Nicholas is a pretty big hater as well. Oh, well, the difference is that I finished the game, which gives me so much hater credence because no one can dismiss me as if as my opinion isn't valid, you know? It is gonna be if we don't use guides boss. I've heard the second game is easier and more fair, so I don't, not by too much, so yeah, probably. But yeah, no, I finished the game so people can't dismiss my opinion, and god, I don't enjoy them. I think, like, the fucking... so much of Persona is a waste of time, is the problem. Persona sacrifices so much of its pacing and its game design in favor of a vibe that I don't think is particularly strong. And even that vibe is constantly set back by story contrivances that makes it so you can't even fully, like, enjoy it. Persona would be better if both sides of the game were two separate games, or if they didn't try to appeal to, like, the supermassive audience and they fleshed out both systems a lot more. You hate Atlus, yet you keep playing their games. Curious. Well, I didn't finish Metaphor, so they lost me there. So if you want to make any more investments, now would be the time. I can only call in all these ships once. A difficult decision, one that could require a great deal of optimization. Fuck off. I'll optimize extracting the last possible profits. I'll leave the timing to you. I hope it's enough. Are you ready for me to draw as much profits as we can from our investments? No, I feel like what we should do is just finish investing all our money before you draw profits out of it, for sure. Metaphor is just terrible. I think Metaphor is better than a lot of Personas. I think Metaphor, aside from the setting being ass, is probably better than Royal. Like, just looking at the game as a whole, I think it has more strong points than Royal does. We were going House Rose, right? That's their Rose District. The girls who work here are really friendly. And if you want, they can help try the dresses on. How many quote-unquote real Shin Megami Tensei games have you played? I have 10 hours in Nocturne, and I have 5 hours in the fucking Toho ripoff Sky of Arcadia game or whatever. That's a Shin Megami Tensei ripoff, but I haven't played any of the main ones, no. You didn't beat Digital Devil Saga 1? I watched a YouTuber play it. That's like... Shin Megami Tensei for me has been an osmosis series where I watched YouTubers play them. I haven't watched all of them though, I've only watched... Shin Megami Tensei 3, or rather Devil Survivor, which I believe is free, and I've watched Devil Saga 1, and I watched a bunch of I finished a Nocturne playthrough, like watching one, not playing it, and then there's a guy named Marsh that's a pretty good YouTuber that makes like a kind of like an overview of all the Shin Megami Tensei games, and I watched all his videos, so 4 is the worst starting point? Very fair, but it was the newest one at the time, which means that it's the one that you're most likely to engage with. And you couldn't know that the day it was released, correct? Like the remake of it. If it was possible to know that ahead of time, I wouldn't have started with it. But I would probably agree with you. It is, however, fairly close to Persona, so like if you're used to it, then it's not that bad. It's strange, finding myself increasingly in a senior position in the ministry. I never would have started on this path if not for you. GG, boys. H the worst? That's very fair. I have a friend who, like, swears by free to such an insane degree. I say friend, but it's more like an acquaintance. And I've never quite understood it, but I think it's just something he played while he was very young. Kind of like Final Fantasy IX for me is always going to be probably like top 3 favorite RPGs, just because I played it when I was like 9 or 8. We've developed strong ties with Stanai. Those are helpful, but truthfully unnecessary given how welcoming the world has become. Oh my god. Ready to talk further about what I introduced? It's not going to be as easy as you think. In this new era, talented orphans aren't just cast-offs, they're considered assets by many. Which is why I want local allies. I'm sure House Rose takes care of its own, but what about others? We may be allies, but do you think we have infinite resources to spare on every orphan? Yes. I can produce essentially infinite resources from your perspective. I can also make it worth your while. I run this entire country. I arguably run this entire continent. The economic system is beholden to me and my actions. You ask if I think you have the resources, and the answer is no, I don't think you have the resources. I know you have the resources because I can create the resources out of thin air. I'm not just asking for resources, I'm offering mine. What if you had an allied institution that could raise up non-halfling orphans? Wouldn't you want them to be favorable toward you? M-dash! M-dash! It's AI! The game used AI! Well, when you put it like that, how can we refuse to help with such a noble act of charity? Guess we just hate halflings? Well, they kind of already have it covered, right? That's kind of the idea. How are you doing? You were warming up to these kids. If all above, they're 10 times as much trouble together. I never should have agreed to watch my neighbor's daughter. Don't lie, you love it. They're cute. Chalice, Aram, Ramasta, and Gas and Falls. Okay. Claude, please write me a super long epic JRPG inspired HRPG centered around purity and lust. Dude, what the fuck are you doing here? Never mind. Sorry, I got distracted. I was laughing at what you said, and then I saw jingling keys in the background. Okay, we're gonna double check the cave. Don't tell me you want to send them to the Orc Cave. There's no way you're sending them to the Orc Cave, right? The Orc Cave as a orphanage would go crazy, but like there's no way, right? Okay, cool. Cool statue. Guard fancy statue against all enemies. Nice. Also, I forgot that you fucking... Like, Orchid is gonna go down as like the greatest philosopher of all time. So how the fuck do you fit there? I guess I do too. Gotta say, I don't like all this airship business. They fly way too fast. Ardheim, am I right? We're not done with the quest. We're finishing the quest first, then we're doing Ardheim. I don't think there's any new dialogue here. I'm just checking it out. We're finding partners for Miguel. There's 2 left here. But Ardheim is next on the list. I wonder if they're gonna show it from outside or if I have to go inside to see... No, they're showing it from outside. Nice. Alright, let me go speak to my contact. It would be funny if it wasn't so depressing. My boss told me a while ago that as programmers in 2026 we shouldn't write code anymore. Claude should do that for us now. Our main customer at work is planning on investing in the realm of... I think it's $15 million on... like... what's it called? hardware to run Claude for agentic coding, and I still have not seen a single example of Claude or any agentic coding really producing a profit considering the costs of running it. I haven't seen a single company say that, hey, we went plus doing this. And the proposed use case for it is primarily writing documentation and like small updates to stuff, not actually coding any big systems or anything, just like upkeep. And I have to ask, what are you smoking? Now, to be fair, I think our customer has enough smart people in the company high enough up that I don't think that's going to come to pass without some serious inspections done beforehand, but the fact that it's even considered is a little silly. Oh, we have more children than we know what to do with, for obvious reasons. But will they really be treated well in Yihilin? LLMs still have no real use case. It's arguably okay at translation. Well, there's other models that aren't LLMs that are used for translations, but yes. The issue with using them for translation is that no AI has produced a comparable localization to a proper localization team. But what companies end up doing is they end up running it through AI first and then paying like one employee like a fraction of what they should be paid to clean it up. But that ends up making them all kind of feel the same, and they lose a lot of nuance. I also think there's a lot more errors overall. But as a budget option, if you can't afford like a localization team, they are better than nothing for sure. They will make the text understandable, and they will make it flow in a way that reads decently natural, at least compared to like a literal translation. It's definitely better than that. But I do think it's tragic that like the entire translation industry is getting insanely gutted from it, and most of the money has been siphoned off it from AI. That's kind of my sentiment, Nicholas, as well. There's like, I've never asked AI. That's a lie. When ChatGPT first launched, I think I asked it 2 questions, and then I've never ever opened ChatGPT or any other AI ever again. But the reason isn't necessarily that I don't think it works. It's that I think the cost to, like, okay, you can argue about the physical cost to the environment and the monetary value. Like, all those costs are mutable. They can, or rather, they're transient. They can change. The main one that people don't talk about is the fucking heat runoff at all these fucking AI centers, where there's so much heat that even with like perfect cooling, you're going to have runoff, and you are destroying so much hardware and so much of the environment nearby. That's just like unavoidable from how we built them. But aside from that, if you want to talk about like general like water consumption and what's it called, environmental harm, sure, that can change with time, and you could argue that there are cases where that cost is like worth it. I wouldn't argue that, but I could see a future case being made for that, even if I haven't seen any viable ones now. But I just don't really care anyway. The primary reason for me is that I think the more things I turn over to AI, the less human I am. That goes for like a lot of things. The more you removes like friction in your life, the more you kind of atrophy. Not that I want like a horrible life, or like I don't give myself any conveniences at all. There's obviously like a balance there, but I don't want to ask a fucking AI to read my email for me or formulate a response. I don't want it to parse through a message and then like give a fucking response that I just okay. The thought of parsing the letters myself and then formulating a response is like so far more valuable than what the response actually contains. That is not the point. And that goes for most of the things I would like want to make myself, like produce myself. And it goes for like all social interactions in general. So even if it was completely free and didn't take any resources and was literally utopia, I wouldn't want to use it for tasks that don't mandate it. I think there's exceptions. I could arguably want to use it for food. Like if it could cook for me, then I would arguably use it for that. But like the tasks that AI are used for now, they're just not the kind of tasks I want to automate, and I don't think that's gonna change. Most people at my workplace love AI, use it to send, translate emails, code, etc. Yeah, that's very common. I'm very thankful that my workplace has like a minority that love AI rather than a majority. And one of them might get fired soon because there's so many errors in their AI code that they're kind of getting told, please stop using AI. We have to fucking proofread it afterwards. We all use it for coding, although in my case somewhat reluctantly. A lot of coding is fairly formulaic, so Claude does a surprisingly good job with it, as long as you're precise with the instructions you give it. However, the environmental cost and the mental toll, if you don't go out of your way to think, I'm gonna get dumber, it's not worth it for sure. Yeah, I mean, it does do rote work. The issue is that we don't do that much rote work with the stuff we implement. So whenever new stuff has to be implemented, that guy definitely has a bigger failure rate than the people who do it themselves. Even if he's faster. The simple stance of, if you couldn't be bothered to write it, why would I read it? I agree. Oh my god. I saw an quote-unquote author talk about writing like self-help books and like ghostwriting biographies of people and stuff like that. And I think also after that segment, they also talked about doing like young adult fantasy novels using entirely AI. And they're like, I can pump up hundreds of these books in the time you pump one out. Like normal authors aren't going to be able to compete. And the tragic part is that they're right, but for the wrong reason. They won't be able to compete because it gets harder to market yourself when you're flooded in AI garbage, but the quality of what you're making is so much worse. But more than that, there's like, why are you writing in the first place? Well, obviously they get rich quick, which feels like a massive misunderstanding of the medium. Like you can do so many other things than fucking try to be an author using AI books to get rich. Don't, like, at least grift people with marketing first. Like, do an Andrew Tate, write a self-help book after you become a guru. That seems like a far more efficient way to dupe people out of their money than just, like, non-marketed AI books. But, like, what the fuck, man? That shit's crazy. We do live in a scammer world. I thought about the sentiment that I've seen posted a few times this week, which is that the reason millennials derogatory cry about how good the 90s were, I don't agree with this sentiment, by the way, but this is what it is not because of nostalgia, but because of the fact that it's the last time the world wasn't like fucking governed by the dumbest people alive, which feels like a romantic backwards view. That's not quite true, but it was a period where things ostensibly got better in terms of technology, and like people were hopeful for the future in a different way. Whenever something new comes out now, I'm more dreading it than I'm looking forward to it. There's no tech advances or product releases or updates to any existing products that make me go, oh wow, I'm so excited for what they're doing next. It's always like, oh, what the fuck are they doing next? And that, I believe, definitely has some truth to it. Like the fucking, I can't believe that YouTube just randomly removed the clipping function. That tilts me so bad. They also moved the clips to be in the show more section, so you have to click one extra time to find them, but you also can't clip anything anymore. And it's like, why? You still kept all the legacy clips, so the only reason you would do this is because people click on a clip and then they don't watch the rest of the video. So you want people to share the timestamp and then be like, watch from this timestamp to like 55 seconds further into the video. It's like, oh, it's so annoying. I just didn't know better back then. The things a sheltered childhood would do to you. I mean, that's just childhood in general. Nostalgia is always going to work that way. I can't believe you preferred the time when you were 13 and had no responsibilities. I'm glorping off at work. I'm back already. That's funny. We're talking about depressed stuff, i.e. AI. Unironically. Good night, Marcus. See you tomorrow. I'll make sure to reference you in the VOD so you're forced to watch it later. No, I know you were going to do that anyway, but, you know, extra bad. No, unironically, this is going to sound really dumb, or rather, it's going to sound really cope. It's a better way to phrase it. I had a really awful childhood. And there's a big benefit to that, which is that I feel immune to nostalgia. Not fully immune, because no one is. There's definitely things I'm nostalgic for that consciously I know were bad periods of my life. But in general, that thing where you look back at your teenage years or like your fucking adolescence and you're like, wow, life was so much better then. I'm like, no. No. If anything, I'll likely be nostalgic for the current years in the future, more so than adolescent years. But a lot of people are nostalgic for the period of time where they didn't have to make any complex decisions or really plan for the future in any way, and people sorted out their daily needs for them. And as someone who didn't always have that, you definitely have a different perspective for back then. But it makes it extra transparent when people are like, wow, that time was so much better. And I'm like, good for you. But also, are you sure? Have you locked in and thought about the time period in an accurate way, separated from your emotions of being 13 again? Or at least attempted to. And, you know, most of the time the answer is no, because people don't really think about everything. Most people think about a select few things and kind of just vibe for the rest, which I'm both jealous and kind of happy I don't do. That's a sweeping statement that doesn't apply to everyone, of course, but it's probably the majority of my experience with people that they do that. If they meet the standards indicated, they should, and they'll represent Succubi to the rest of the world. I feel certain that we'll work something out. The Shallot States will be happy to cooperate on this. Have you considered that when I was 13 we thought Russia had a competent army? I will say, Russia had some baller tanks. Gotta give them that. I don't know if they were actually that effective, but they were baller looking. Which brings me to another point I've seen parroted a couple times that I actually agree with, which is that if you know the brand of a gun, if you have opinions on like anything gun related whatsoever, the American gun lobby got to you. Because fucking the only reason you do is because of marketing and popular media, including them. I'm gonna refill my drink real quick, and I say that because I actually didn't fill it in the first place when I started the stream, which was a major L by me, but I'll be back in a second. This time I don't need to fill the, what's the word? The carbonation station. So it won't take nearly as long as normal. back. I have a question for chat. Does any one of you know if there's a company that produces like cola flavored syrup or Pepsi flavored syrup that isn't SodaStream, by the way? I would really like to find one because I don't want to buy anything from them. Fun fact, the ancient Egyptian slaves, I've read this, that the slaves had pretty good terms. Yes, but SodaStream is the only one I know that probably exists in EU. I'm fine ordering online. I have a recipe for making your own syrup. I would love that. If you have a recipe for it, I would love if you linked it to me. I don't remember if you're in the Discord, but if not, you can like DM me on Twitch and I'll read it as well. But I don't drink, like, I don't buy soda anymore, but I buy syrups and mix them in the carbonation thing, right? I drink tea or water, which is based. I enjoy tea a decent bit, but tea, like for me, I don't know. I enjoy the flavor a lot. I think it's worth the slightly less healthy nature of it. I also drink sugar-free for the most part. I'm gonna get into creatine soon. I read about coffee's health benefits, decaf and caffeinated, which was fairly interesting. And then I saw a Science Daily article about creatine and that's benefit, like the benefits that aren't tied to muscle strength for creatine. And I was like, maybe I like to be stronger. So the primary purpose of creatine is cool as well, but the secondary benefits seem cool too. So I'm gonna start consuming creatine as well. Ironic how the overweight American drinks healthier than you. They don't. Yeah, but you gotta flavor the syrup, right? I don't only drink soda, Bob. I drink mostly water. I drink about 70% water to 30% soda at home and 100% water at work, which is a decent chunk of my water consumption. When I'm out, I only drink water as well, so... and again, I also mix it myself, which means I mix it less strong than... I was referring to me? Are you overweight? Drinking tea and water? You gotta drink more tea. I don't know, I not the average, that's fair. I should make some syrup. Syrup is cool. But I don't know how to flavor it in a way that I'd enjoy it. There's more food to go around, thanks to the dwarves, but how much of it gets to me? None of it. Yeah, let's just find the... I like that they have the icons now this deep into the game. I think they could have benefited from it earlier in the game, actually, having the icon for the quest. So, like, because a lot of the dialogue hasn't been updated, right? So I do think the... Where is she? Is this the one we mind-controlled? No. We mind-controlled someone here before. Was it you? Will we ever return to the markets I remember from my childhood? Did they even exist? Oh yeah, I love this guy. Fortunes! Get your non-magical, not legally actionable fortunes told here! Take that with a grain of salt. Yeah, it makes sense. I don't know, I don't put a lot of stock into BMI. I think it's a garbage index. It's good if you don't have like any muscles at all, I suppose. But even then, I say good. I mean, vaguely within the purpose of what it was intended to do. Which isn't really that good. Nice, so we're in the mage thing here. Oh, I don't even need to go across the maze. I can just walk here. I haven't been here in ages. Anything cool to say? If only we could have done more. This Incubus war really took all of us by surprise. I think we came within a hair's breadth of losing our northern vineyards and fields. That could have been a tragedy. Don't worry, there was a level 110 guard standing outside that randomly just like could have absolutely stomped all of the scorpions and shit. Now, when this woman walked down into the trees. For a second, I thought it was a chosen, and I got so scared. Posting the wrong channel? That's fine. Completely fine. No. I've seen that video, the original video of it, but the original video, the recipe for that Coca-Cola flavor was insanely hard to make. Yeah, I know what syrup is, but I meant like flavored cool syrup that I would want to drink myself. And again, I also drink sugar-free soda, so the fat percent calc is more effective. Yeah, agreed. I think I'm at like, I haven't checked it in a long time, and I have gone down in weight a decent bit. So I think my realistic take on my fat percentage is like 18-19% probably. Somewhere there. Dude, before I started exercising and actually learned what like normal fat percentage is, I unironically told someone I thought my fat percentage was like 6%. I weighed like 80, not 80, I weighed about 80 kilos. I was at like 30% fat or something, like 25 to 30. And I was like, nah. Dude, I'm at 6%. And they're like, yeah, sure. And in hindsight, they were laughing at me on the inside. I absolutely adore that they were laughing at me on the inside. It's crazy that you would count as overweight if you're less than 10%. Less than 10% is like pretty fucking ripped. We weren't directly attacked during the fighting, but I'm afraid that was because we weren't relevant. Can we speak now? About the orphan matter? Yes, of course. It is, in a sense, very generous that you would reach out to Aram after there's been so much bad blood. In a sense. Another interpretation would be that you want to take our children, train them as Yihilini, and use them against us. Me when I'm in a bad faith competition, and my opponent is this fucking woman. Oh no, I'm gonna lose. No! Oh, I'm gonna get second place. I wanted the prize money. Being over 200 pounds and 5'10". How ripped are you? That is not 9% fat if you're not giga ripped. That doesn't square at all. Unless the percent is calculated differently than the one I've seen. Another interpretation would be, I think our results would speak for themselves, but in the absence of that, is there really anything I can do to convince such elements? Likely not. Are they doing anything to deal with all the orphans themselves? Some, but not enough. Our losses have been quite heavy after all. Could I have... I've gotten decisions to make their losses less heavy, but I think I've mostly been pounding them in the ass. Because I hate them. It's pretty hot. I think economic pressure will be enough. You can't support your own people. Eventually various city leaders will take my offer. It'll happen eventually, but I'd prefer it to be done with support from local institutions. Ah, very well. We will support you. Easy peasy. I fear this conflict took place far above us, or below. That's true, we would absolutely decimate her in the bad faith competition. Got that shit on lockdown. We got fucking working sleeping in our corner. Something was messed up during the war. All of us were immune, but many soldiers seemed to go mad. If you're 30% fat and 90% water, fat has water in it. Fat percent of body weight. It's fat percent of body weight, but a lot of, like, fat has a lot of water in it. But like obese is 36.5. Oh no, wait. I'm reading that wrong. Healthy range of body fat for men is typically defined as 8 to 19%, while the healthy range for women is... I'm definitely not... I'm definitely not that high. I'm definitely not in the upper range of that at 74 kilos and a decent amount of muscle. What fucking source did I use to source my numbers? I think I used a oh yeah, I remember. I haven't sourced this properly. I've done I did the classic where I watched I watched images of someone who was at 20%. I was like, yeah, that's roughly what I have. Which is fair, but not super reliable. I guess I'm at like 15, like 13 to 15 probably. But I don't know. My muscles spread out pretty evenly. Yeah, fair. If you're very strong, then that makes sense. 9.6 makes perfect sense if you're very strong. It's just you said you were in the like risk zone for BMI or whatever, and that you are a perfect example of why BMI is a useless fucking metric. Way to explain away a joke into oblivion. See, you need to understand, that's my superpower. All of them are visible if you flex. Yeah, you are definitely like way healthy. You are not overweight. Like muscle is so much heavier than fat, and the BMI index doesn't account for it at all. You would count as overweight and could be the rippest, fittest person ever, and that is very silly. You know who I feel bad for? The Serantians. They can't seem to catch a break. Brother, I'm about to give them a break. There aren't so many of us anymore, but we've been working on a new Umbo, and being mean, still not capable of having sex. Neat. I'm not buying it. None. Even if it involved so much manipulation, I'm glad that you're... Okay, well, okay, you have nothing new to say. Okay, I thought you were going to be interesting. Cool, so we've sorted all that out. Let's just go enjoy the fruits of our labor. Yeah, I've never been called overweight. I've never been... Or rather, that's a lie. Back when God. I had indigestion as a teenager. Part of the reason I was in misery all the time was that no one fucking caught that I had a bunch of shit inside of me for like 4 years. So my weight was like inflated by like fucking 5 kilos of shit. And no one figured it out, not even a doctor, even though I went multiple times. And then we figured that out, and then I like went from being considered overweight to being like marginally underweight. And I was like, haha, interesting. Very good. But other than that, I've never been like considered overweight or at a risk zone for it. Magical security in place. Everything's ready. All right then, Simon. Step inside and we'll tell you what this is really all about. 170, let me see, what's that in kilos? 170 pounds, 2 kg. 77 kilos? Yeah, makes sense. I'm at like, well, I'm at 74.5, I would say, kilos. If you average, like, across the day. So I'm about like 165 pounds right now. Been having a pretty big amount of cheating this year. Sometimes you gotta cheat, especially when the world is the way it is. Gotta take your wins when you can get them, as long as it doesn't like end up negatively impacting your life in big ways. So this is where all the money went. The orphanage is fully funded, just with a fraction of the funding I requested. Who do you think I am? Theoretically perfect BMI would be at 165. Fun. I guess I'm at perfect BMI. Well, no, you were slightly shorter than me. right? I guess I'm around perfect BMI. That's funny. But the orphanage project will provide cover for our real work, just in case Cersei or Hester have eyes watching us. I don't think this would make it impossible for them to... well, whatever. We've secretly been gathering powerful magic resources, and we've tapped into the tower here. Yeah, perfect BMI just sounds like the very midpoint of BMI. And BMI is... again, everyone has a different healthy... within the healthy range, they have a different natural, like, healthy state. It isn't just the center of the curve for everyone. That's definitely an oversimplification. Again, the fucking system is bad, so it's not really a point in putting stock in it. Now, unfortunately, I can't do the next part myself. I'll need you to clear out tower entities and do your usual work. Really? I know I'm a step behind here, but the orphanage was just a front. Obviously, I wanted to help talented orphans for its own sake, to give them the opportunities I had to claw for myself. But we control so much now. That's a relatively easy objective. I wanted to do something to help defend all we've built. What exactly are you doing here? Magic is unusual compared to what we've seen. I keep everything with a bag or two of salt. Banger. Wise words. Words to live by. I think in general, taking a step back and considering stuff you hear is just a good way to live. I've often regretted not being able to help in combat. Well, now I can finally do something about it. I made a money cannon. You can shoot prone at enemies and it does 99999 damage, but you spend 9999 prone every attack. Personally, I'm pissed off about all this abstract tower magic. I want to hit them with the real world. We started with a seed of corruption, a magical vehicle that imparts specific energy that spreads through the area. Except we hollowed out the corruption part. The plan is to fill it with magic that represents the material, concrete world. I'm thinking of it as a concrete seed. It should be able to shred through a lot of abstract tower magic. Wasn't this about orphanage? You need to not ask questions when you haven't been here, Kirby. You missed a lot. The orphanage was a front. For the real activity. Gotta keep up, bro. Lil bro. Yeah, we're feeding the magic circle with orphans to to kill Hester and the fucking Anak. Would have been great to use against Tanarak, but missed that opportunity. But hopefully it'll be ready in time for the final battle. Getting the sense I could have walked here. I could have walked here before. Well, not necessarily, but and again, don't say no spoiling. But getting the sense I could have walked here before the prison part and maybe had it ready by then. Oh well, it is what it is. We killed it, or we made Hester kill him, so it was fine. But you need a little more tower work to create your anti-tower weapon. We're happy to help. And then for once, I'll be able to help you. All of this is reasonable, but what's the plan in immediate terms? The tower on the other side should be aspected to what I want, but it will still obviously need work. We'll have to play that by ear. And let's get started. Short tower segment, gotta kill a boss, and then we head to Ardaheim. I want to make something for Miguel, but we'll need to finish my request first. Oh yeah, clothing stores. The secret is out now, but I'm still happy to help. This is fascinating work. By fascinating, do you mean sexy? Yes. We might need some sexual sealing at the end. Are you offering? I'd love to, Miguel. For you, always. But for this, I'm not sure a succubus is the best addition. And I do want this to be as efficient as possible. Yeah, Iris wants us to go to a bunch of clothing stores for her to get inspiration. And then I forget. I guess she's gonna do magical clothing. I forget exactly what it is. We'll figure it out. Tell you what, we'll focus on the concrete seed for now and win this war. Then we can bring the orphanage plan to fruition. Precisely and efficiently. Oh, it's gonna be so cute to go here in the post-game and to see a bunch of kids running around. This is going to be the most amazing foreplay. The path into the tower is completely stable, so the plan should be viable. And Oriala was in on the discussion, but she's not here? I certainly used her research on magical abstractions, but given the level of sex and purity magic used by our opponents... Concrete neutrality is the goal, yes. I trust you to manage it as you think best. The magical component of your seed should be almost pure magic, or at least as close as we can come. Is there any anger in it for you? I mean, you spend time studying the rules of magic, only to find out that they're more like suggestions. I don't see it that way. Rather, instead of rules dictated by divine fiat, everything in our reality is a force. So it's unsurprising that forces can be overcome by others. It just means we live in a world of meta rules that are themselves shifting. Have you played Baba Is You? It's kind of like when you change who Baba is, you switch to Keke. And then you say, Keke is you, Baba is Keke. And then you have two Keke running around. Anyway, well, I can't say that I like it. I hope the concrete seed will be a smack directly to the face. Perhaps this is a poor analogy, but I think of it as similar to the effect of Baba Is You on society and the economy. Rules exist and are relevant, but those rules can ultimately be bent with sufficient quantities of money or magic. Dude, I wish I could pay to win in Baba Is You. I'm in the process of beating Baba Is You. I'm playing it at work right now. It's really good. I'm about 5-6 hours in. I'm at level... I beat all of level... World 1 through 3. I'm doing World 4 right now. I also unlocked the fucking... final world, which I think lets you get out and start playing the world map select, but I don't know if that's true. But that's where we're at right now. Can't say that I love that with money, either. I prefer a fair playing field. Well, if it was a fair playing field, you would win every time, Miguel. Our work here should help produce that, in both the short and long term. Money is win. Dude, I felt like such a fucking idiot playing Baba earlier, like yesterday. I was on a level with teleporting hearts, and I was stuck on it for like an hour plus, and I was sitting there, I'm like, this shit makes no sense. There's something about the rules I don't understand. Turns out, you just needed to teleport the fucking push word, because teleportation happens every second turn, which means that every second turn it'll teleport, and the turn in between you'll be able to push the heart, which moves what it's teleporting. So you can move and then it'll teleport a tile, and then you can move it and it'll teleport a tile, and then you can move it and it'll teleport a tile, back and forth. And I was sitting there, I'm like, I'm so fucking stupid. I knew that that's how they work. Jesus Christ, I'm bad. Like, it was such a simple puzzle, but I sat there for an hour with like very little to do. Like very few options to try, but I just couldn't figure it out. Yeah, hopefully. Are you ready for me to draw as much? No. We gotta go in first. Alright, now the truth is revealed. We want a ton of money to make this concrete seed into something devastating. I wanted to make you invest without you knowing the truth, to see if you trusted us, but Miguel said no. Playing games is not a good way to inspire trust. Yep. Big talk given what I've heard about what you did early on. Consider it a harsh lesson. Now stop yapping and get to business. I mean, to be fair, Yara wanted to rape her. Like, for the first 10 hours, the 15 hours of the game. I presume the orphanage will be funded from all the other arrangements. You need money to fund the concrete seed. That's essentially correct. More funding might help the school a little, but the seed comes first. I think we need 10,000 of serious magical resources at minimum, but we could make use of up to 10 times that much. That's a serious investment. Yeah, but can you put a price on top of the line weaponry? Clearly we can. Getting killed over here. I can guarantee it won't be a flop, but will it be necessary in the grand scheme of things? I can't promise that. Normally I'd say better to have it than not, but there are so many resources that would be nice to have. Once you've decided, come talk to me. 10,000? I meant 100,000, sorry. They're about the same to me. I'm kind of built different. Chest! I'm sensing a theme here. So we've delved into Miguel's deepest being and discovered she really does have a heart of gold. Ugh. Come on, you aren't going to claim that money doesn't get you all hot and wet? Shut up, it's what the money can accomplish. In this case, this would represent This should represent concrete power that we can weaponize. Funny joke. Concrete power. Yeah, I'm just teasing. So if you want to get fucked on these piles of money, you should totally do it. Sounds uncomfortable. Alright, let's clear out this place for Miguel. Hey, I didn't make the joke. That was clearly an intended joke by the game. Wait, what's my party comp? Oh no, it's awful. It is what it is. Holy shit, what a bad comp. $2,000 experience? Wow, that's so much! Get the fuck out of here, Aka. I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. Yara, get out of here, I hate you, I hate you, I hate you. I think Ganasta had some AoE that was good. Altina is good. She just isn't a real character, but she's good. Don't mock her. She mocks herself enough already. 4646! Wow! Ethereal contamination. Nice, weak to lightning. GG. I thought she... Yeah, this is the AoE. Stop! Why did you paralyze the only character with a sex attack? I'm going to end you. Wait, really? That didn't... Why did Corrupt not work? I'm so... Why does it not count as susceptible? Also, this thing is fucking... kind of owning my shit right now. That's crazy. Holy Burst! That Altina heal is kind of crazy. Brother, just die. I beg. Oh my god. Okay, so... Yara, you're back in the team. It was fun having you, Ganasta. But Yara is back on the team. Turns out, this is Altina's fault. I think it's Ganasta's fault. Fucking hate Ganasta. Is that bad? Magically manipulating the tower usually isn't so concrete. Stop using the word concrete! But I think that's a good sign. And it's gone. Well, good riddance. Let's keep moving. We want more concrete. You can't get what you want all the time, okay? Sometimes you gotta drive a hard bargain. I don't know where I was going with that. Found 100 prawn. Oh, that's big. Ice Storm would be my guess. That would work on this. That or Earth. Those are the two good guesses. Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. Support allies. Mass heal. Brother in Christ. Earthlands. Shield of Purity. Oh no, he's gonna die. Oh, he lived. Good. Dude, why is there one fucking mob in every single one of these that's just like fucked up evil? What do I have that would work on this? What do I have that would work on this? Obviously not sex. I don't see how Akka would really help. Hellstar might just fucking slap her in the face with the shield. Robin with a lance, maybe? It's either Robin or Hillstar, I think. I don't know if it does physical or magical damage, but we'll start with Robin. Are you weak to poison? There's like no way, but like I'd be really happy if you were. I'd like to get ambient mana if you add them to the party later in the fight. Okay, Darklands did damage. Darklands did good damage. That's the play, I think. Oh, it's on cooldown. Suck my ass. Above average. I'm not under leveled. This thing is bullshit. I am perfectly leveled. It's the game that's bullshit. There's no way Incubus Strike does it. Oh, it's not. Why did I think it was strong against fish? I can literally just hit it. Oh my god. Don't look at me. I'm depressed. I can know that something's a joke and still be fake mad at you. That is within my power as being the streamer. There we go. Why did I think it was strong against fish? Is it because it's sand? And I was like, I hate sand. It's coarse and rough. It gets everywhere. I don't have a justification. But that fight was evil. Found 233 sex. We're really getting rewarded for these difficult encounters. Found 450 prawn. Okay, that kind of counts as our reward. Another one taken care of. Yep. I have meh. What the fuck is this shit? I would prefer if you didn't. Okay, it didn't attack. Oh, it's stunned, that's why. I was like, it didn't attack. That's scary. That's very scary. Why didn't it attack? Icelands. It's not weak to ice, but it's not strong against ice either, so that's decent. Earthlands. Wait, what's that was called? Concrete Consumer? What the fuck? I'm a big fan. Not Earth. Fuck you! Fucker full healed in one turn. Altina, you're out. Instara, you're in. Dominate, hopefully that works. If I shield wall, do you stop AoEing me down? No. Fuck. Biggest single target, Varia, probably. Oh no, that takes a turn. I should see Fist first. Assault. Does that work? I don't think any of the lances do anything. Why did that not heal? The fuck? Good. It just did the heal like 5 times in a row, so... I thought it only had the heal attack. I love that the gold statue is censored, and it's censored in like the default statue color. It looks so bad. 5096. Is this gonna be a fight? This is gonna be a fight for sure, for sure. This is the center, but no, this isn't right. Me, when I meet an enlightened centrist and I'm surprised that they're actually center and not right wing in disguise. What do you mean? Shouldn't you tell me? You're trying to use the tower to focus on the concrete world. Your impressions may be more accurate than my own. Well, now that you put it that way, it's all the goddamn blockages, tower knots or whatever. This place is still weird and abstract magic. Let's straighten it out. I want to straighten it all out. That should be possible. We just need to retrace our steps a little. Suspicious looking Iris at the bottom. Suspicious looking Sabofa at the top. Suspicious mob spawned in at the entrance. Suspicious pot of gold on the other side. You do annoying things. I'm sorry? Look, if you want to talk, maybe I should get Aken. You put numbers on all the objects and I do not like this. But so long as you do not come into my home and begin counting things, you are a good object. Really? Didn't expect this to go there. Your world contains too many numbers and specifications and other such annoying things. Therefore, there is a need for mammals to deal with such things. You can be placed between me and the annoying mumbers. Ah, I see. Happy to be of service. You consume the number things, and I would not want to consume them, but there are many types of demons. Keep the annoying things on the other side of me, and you will be a good mammal. So, this thing you are creating, it could kill a great many demons if set off in our realm. You can have Kirby add Pogbones. he's a moderator that can add emotes. So pester Kirby to add Pogbones. We don't intend to do that, not unless demons are sent out against us. There's a need for weapons against our enemy. I will assist in making it more powerful, because I trust you will not use it on me. But I will also observe it as a bad object. I mean, I wouldn't want to be right where it's set off either. Weapons don't tend to discriminate. Yes, this is necessary. You can eat the numbers and I will eat other things. This will work. Yeah, I guess so. What the fuck? What is going on, man? I said Kirby, not Kirby. Are you fucking for real? How is this not an instant wipe? What are you talking about? Order priority. I reiterate, how is this not an instant wipe? This might be the hardest fight in all of gaming. This motherfucking blue thing just... It also is auto-seeking to me. Like, if I go down, it's gonna go... We're gonna talk to our party members first, and then maybe by the time that we've talked to everyone, that fight is a little bit less... insanely evil. Like, I looked at that and I was like, I struggle with one of these, and now they put all three on it. I'm getting my shit kicked in. I gotta BRB and go bathroom and contemplate my choices. Maybe take like a cold shower and, you know, a shower beer even. I'll BRB. I'm back. I thought it was gonna be Esther the one to kill you. No, it was these 3 smucks. Yeah, fucking... That fight was... I don't even know, like, where I would start. Actually, I do know where I'd start to try and beat it, but I don't know if I can. I have to say, I love the work you're doing here. Isn't it pretty well directly against everything you are now? Oh, I wouldn't want to be there. This concrete seed would hurt even me. But as a theoretical mage, I love it. A focus spell based on the understood could really crush a lot of abstract fuzzy magic. Surprised to hear you use adjectives like that for it. It's a science, isn't it? Certainly, but all this advanced tower magic, it involves holding magical fields in tension, maintaining elaborate structures and so on. Have you heard about quantum physics? The right sort of power could collapse all those mana forms, which would nullify all sorts of effects. Just wish I'd managed the idea in time to stop Tanorek's bullshit. It would have been excellent against him, but it will still be a useful weapon against our current opponents. Anyway, you have my complete support on this project. Thanks. I don't know how I could even remotely beat that blue flame in the corner that's like ADHDing around in the top left before the Tanorek. Like, I might need to come back after I've gotten another 20 levels, dude. Gotta become that guard standing outside the vineyards at level 110. We'll spend a little more time together at the end. Wait, what's that about? She's gonna fuck you, dude. I'm sorry to say, she's gonna... I can't believe I'm gonna win this fight. Legitimately so surprised. Really? Support allies. Holy shield wall. Yeah. I can't believe it, actually. Like, I thought even this fight with just 2 of them was gonna be too much. That's how fucked we are. Actually, wait. This guy seemed stunnable, so... Bash is my stun, right? I'm pretty sure Bash is the stun on this character. Let's see if I can just Bash spam it and just keep it stunned every turn. I feel like the odds are decent, I can just do that. Except that she's so slow that it happens after, which is kind of tragic. So I can stun it every second time. Oh my god, Karina's gonna run out of man at some point. Simon, come on. Swap. No. Simon, come on, swap out Robin. Change with Yara. Lust Renewal, Aegis Assault, Mass Heat. No, Refresh Defense, rather. And then... plus 300 mana. Let's go. This happens before, so please get stunned. I would appreciate that. Baller, we win. Woo! Unified Strike, also Simon's dedicated stun. Yeah, I forgot that it had like every single debuff on it. Like, I use it for blind, and I use it for silence, but stun just happens so rarely, like, it works so rarely, I feel, that I don't associate the skill with stun. Oh my god, these fucking enemies, man. Can you not, man? Okay, blind works on that, that's good. No, you do need to stun here. Oh, fucking, let's go. We're winning this, I can't believe it. Doesn't she have like a... I guess not. Die! I still don't know how I'm gonna beat the triple one. But hopefully by killing the ones that have two of them, I can make space for a little more EXP that gives me just enough to level up to get a move that says instantly kill every enemy in the zone. Ooh, we're getting some real prawn now. Hello, Miguel. I may not have the magic of the others, but I'm working on making the seed as concrete as possible. You're one of the few people I trust to work directly on this without supervision. Oh, Miguel, this has to work. Where did that come from? It's just another tool, one part of our preparations for the battle. Working on magical weapons like this again has me thinking about old times, when I was working under the Incubus Emperor. We used to be on opposite sides. I was urging him to invade and I wanted to conquer the continent. It feels so strange to remember. I could have led to you being hurt or killed. If things had gone slightly differently, it all feels so fragile. Whoa, slow down. Iris, why get worked up about hypotheticals? I love you so much, Miguel. The idea of being without you and what we're heading into. I won't tell you that I can predict what will happen in a battle like this. There are too many variables, but think of it this way. Our methods have taken us this far. If you believe in everything we've accomplished, believe that they'll take us to the end. And I love you too. Miguel. They are, like, arguably the cutest pair in the entire game. I love them so much. They're so good. Found 3,106. Is this the final mob left? I think this might be the final mob left. There's a chest here though. 3,750 prawn. Yeah, I think I got. Oh no, there's one here. Thank you for the advice. I looked in the Discord. I'm sad I looked in the Discord. I don't like you. Bruh! Why did I kill you? Fucked up. Well, Yeah. I thought that was gonna happen. Tragic. We need to revive Simon and hope he doesn't die. Okay, good. We did that and he didn't die, so we win. We don't win. GG. This game is fucked up, man. Why are you like this? That's not even the hardest enemy here. Well, we're not gonna start with Yara as the big thing. Valili maybe? Sufficiently tanky. It's probably Vala. Did I equip your Giga Armor? I did. The Sanctuary Plate is equipped. Good. Oh, we gotta use an auto party one to heal because I'm gonna run out of mana on Karina otherwise, which I don't want to. Okay. Are you weak to status downs? I mean, I would Unified Strike Statue of Wealth to start, I suppose. Holy Shield Wall, Shield of Purity, Blinding Rain. Nice, so that's weak to silence. Good. So it's literally what they're saying is just status affect them down and you win, which is fair. For some reason I thought that the statue was weak to blind as well, but I guess silence makes sense. Okay, so you can lower those stats too. Okay, this won't be that hard. Never mind. I was struggling because I've had a bad team comp, but it's actually not that bad. Just be better, lol. Oh, they barely do any damage. Actually, come on, switch out Vala to get Yara. Then you press finish, and then you Incubus Strike. No, you Unified Strike. Aegis Assault, do nothing. Appreciative Harem into Sexual Mana on... There, bam, plus 4 and 200 mana. Easy money, easy money, money, money. Ugh. Okay, I'm not that scared of the final one with 3 of them anymore. I am scared if I started with Yara though, which I won't, because I will start with Vala. Which solves all my problems. And just in case I need the extra like 400 HP, I will heal. I was like 2000 HP on his star actually. His star, I forget how fucking beefy you are. I'm just trying to keep the chat moving. It's okay. I appreciate it, but whenever I get in fights like this, I'm like, okay, most people are probably just kind of vibing here anyway. So, I'd rather, what's the word? I'd rather just focus on the fights and accept that the chat is dead. Like that's completely okay. Just a thing that happens. Stun and confusion. That's pretty big. Yeah, exactly. I'm busy locking the fuck in. Oh, I thought Karina would get the heal off first. That's my bad. Why are we so slow? Probably defensive rain then. Rather than offensive. Which one did that? Oh, you did, because you're not stunned anymore. Makes sense. Commanding presence, get the stun in. Kill you. Mass heal. Plus 300. And remove blind, that's nice. I'm just glad I have internet again. Nice. I'm happy to hear it. Not having internet is so annoying. I gotta agree. Give us presence. You're stunned. We're blinded for one more turn. We kill the background mobs now. Nice. We're gonna win it. You just needed to do all the fights to the side in order to get the like what they're looking for. To really figure it out. I actually need Unified Strike on this one so he doesn't heal a fuck ton. No, you're still not stunned. Blinding Rain. Brimstone Fisticuffs is a really interesting way to get your first win, I gotta say. Let me think. Brimstone. What the fuck did Brimstone do again? I don't recall Brimstone. Brimstone... STS2. I'm not playing... I know you really want me to. I'm not playing that game. Zero interest. I also really dislike... I really dislike Five Nights at Freddy's baseline. Oh yeah. That's a really good combo. You got going there. Brimstone is a really good relic. Heroic Echo. Was that what that said? Heroic Echo, yeah. Found true gold. I'm touching the center. You can't stop me. Alright, I think we've cleared enough. Are you ready? Yes. We're gonna have to fight something, aren't we? Having an effect on the tower almost always involves fighting entities, yes. You should be able to draw it out, but you'll need to focus. Feel free to draw deep. I guess we need to kill off one last waffly bit of magic, but I'll try. Let's see, did I heal? I don't think I healed, so let me not waste our time and just heal beforehand. Yeah, I didn't. I also did fight everything, right? There ain't like one random mob kind of walking around. Or like a dialogue I'm missing. I think I talked to everything. I think I fought everything. Yeah, it's all good. As opposed to fake gold. We found a bunch of fake gold in the tower. Seed template and concrete essence. That's what they call me. They call me the seed template. I mean, what we learned so far is the status effects are king. So let's presume that they use the fights in between in order to teach you that. Okay, so what this is teaching me is that these deal no damage. Which seems like a bad thing to learn early. because it'll just make me complacent. Excuse me? Did I just see on my screen paralysis, blindness, profound blindness, poison? I would like to say, excuse me? I guess we'll see if the concrete essence can be, it's not sexual status debuff. I guess I'll use cleanse on Simon. On person aura, I guess. I don't know if it helps, but... Oh, it also had stun and everything. Great, great. Well, at least I can do buff stuff on my side, even if I'm blinded. Okay, ooh, it's buffed its attack. That seems scary. That does not seem good. Okay, we gotta fucking kill it. We gotta kill it soon. Minus death, good. Found blindness on my damage dealer. Yippee! She was gonna holy shield wall anyway, so it's fine. You're still profoundly blind, which is bad. Can you like not do that? I guess I'll buff Simon and then Divine Touch you. Divine Touch. Aegis Assault! Kill him! It's almost fucking dead. You die this turn, right? Yeah, okay. Whew. Wish we had profound buffs, I agree. Did you say buff stuff or butt stuff? Don't worry about it. Why did you... Oh my god, wait, this is a fight that changes when there's only one left. Oh my god, of course it is. Of course it is. Well, it's not the same mob. They have different names and different abilities, but yes, that is kind of... It does look the same as the ones from the McGee fight. Right, I need Karina to cleanse again. Ooh, weak point, that's good. I don't know if the weak point was Vala with the Arrow of Abstinence. Yeah, it is. Okay, cool. Nice, so she's my damage dealer now. Easy money. The seed? No, this is a concrete seed, not a corrupted seed. It has a different shading. You gotta realize this is a recolor. Recolors do not count as the same enemy. No, every single one has been a corrupted seed except this one. That's a concrete seed. And it's a slightly different shade. The other ones were more purple than this one. Simon's party were victorious. Bunch of levels. That was perfect! Miguel, like a seed naturally produced by the tower. It should serve as excellent raw material, yes. Alright, insofar as I understand the magic side of this, we've aligned everything and gathered the power, but it feels like not enough. Correct. We have the power and will construct the delivery spell, but we need control mechanisms. Given how much our opponents control and subvert things, that seems like a crucial component. Yes, we need something that's specifically aligned to us, or in this case, to you. Money! Fortunately, all the sexual magic we have access to provides a handy mechanism to set that up. Miguel should, like, at the end of this game, in the post-game, should transform into, like, a money god. I understand you might want to align it to me, but would a sexual method turn this into a sexual spell? Now, if we do it right, which we will. Now, we don't have to use actual sex, but it might add a % or 2 of efficiency. And don't you want to be efficient? Alright, who's involved? Simon, obviously, but I think your spell could use a bit of me to add some extra oomph. No ulterior motives in the slightest. You seem really into this sort of thing. You a cuck queen or something? If that idea gets you off, you bet I'm a cuck queen. Based, best girl. I don't personally frame it that way. It's not humiliation or cheating, it's sharing. I appreciate other women, of course, and it also lets me appreciate Simon in a different way. Okay. Does that mean what I think it does? Yeah, let's do it. Wonderful. Wait a sec. Okay, let me... I muted myself? No! I meant to remove the fucking game thing. XD Lamau. I meant to click remove this. That was not fail. Failure. I was sitting here like narrating what was going on. XD Lamau. Arguably the worst thing I could possibly do. Yeah, I could do anything else. Any other combo of buttons would have been better than muting myself and keeping the feed on the screen. That's actually so fucking funny. Oh my god. Oh. I thought you were just silently scrolling. No, I was sitting there like narrating it, like, yeah, nothing interesting. Yeah, okay, it's like kind of like a happy threesome scene. Oh my god. That's so funny. That's hilarious. Oh my god. Sounds like they're still having fun. Is it almost done? Yes, the work is complete. Everything is prepared for the concrete seed. My dick. Then we'll just give them a little more time. The treadmill jerker is back at it again. Oh my god. I hope legitimately, it'd be so funny if my stream got bigger and we had like 100 people in here at some point, and I'm still called the treadmill jerker, and no one has any idea what the fuck that's referring to. And I thought all those B-plot porns of people doing wrong after stream before going off was so outlandish. It's really funny because you can end stream, or like if you raid someone, you have to end stream separately. So if you're in the habit of raiding someone, it doesn't end the stream, and that's why that happens. If you're not in the habit of raiding someone, you have to click end stream, so then that is very unlikely to happen. Which is the main reason I don't raid anyone. Not because I can't be bothered and it's like extra work. It's specifically because I don't want to get caught jerking off after on the treadmill. So we're done. And back to business. That's hot. Oh yeah, that's one thing I said while muted. I was like, okay, so it's you to rewind, because she said that's hot, and I read it like Will Smith. Oh, that's hot. The circle has changed, and the parallel to the outside seems perfect to me. Wonderful. Let's wrap things up. Nice. Are you ready for me? No. We have other large-scale spells, but given our opponents, it's probably good to take a direct hand with some of these. Wait, what the fuck did you just say? Then why talk to me? Is it the one with a halfling fetish again? I don't know if I have a halfling fetish, but I do think this character is cute. Don't worry about all the other details. We'll take care of things here. Pretty money lady is tricky money lady. It was a secret plan. I guess now you know. You helped Robin. You only want to be caught doing it during stream. Yeah, well, when you get caught, like, masturbating or fucking animals on stream, you get banned for 3 days, and then the controversy surrounding it gives you, like, 5 times your revenue for the next month, so it's just a sound business strategy. I do have a halflings fetish, and you're right, that character is cute. Nice, I appreciate you, Munch. Comdown will help Simonette, and be sure not to make the wrong kind of sparklies. Creating this sort of sparklies is very tricksy, and Comdown knows it will be easy to mess up. But once Comdown made a big boomy to make everyone happy. She understands this is different, but maybe she can help. Yeah, I guess you have unique experience with imposing a specific frame on the world. Is Pretty Money Lady angry about being silly for a while? No, I understand it was for the best, and the experience had upsides. I think you understand the parameters, and I trust you to contain yourself. Feel free to add magical suggestions if you have any. Comdown will do her best. Fund Miguel's true objective. Conclude the project with Miguel. Makes sense, so we're saving this for last. What the fuck are you doing here? Fucking Ulrissa jump scare? What the fuck? 110. Arg, 1/10 of a bar on the internet again. So bad you turned into a pirate. Rest in peace. Rest in pirate. Ulrissa? Just wanted to say that I'll be shipping in. I approve of this work. Even if it's in service of your ultimate aims of control. I like the idea of a stable world for mortals. I thought that you were a centrist, i.e. a status quo enjoyer. I thought you needed to keep a certain amount of orphans suffering in the orphan crushing machine in the world for you to act or like be happy. Not sure I agree on a deep philosophical level or anything. We're always being affected by countless forces, many abstract or invisible. But there's been enough meddling. I want a fair world for mortals. I can get behind that. When will we fuck you? Fuck now. Offensive magic isn't really my specialty, but I can help with the concreteness. Like, I don't even really like you that much. I just... saving grace, you know? Don't worry, okay, preempting. This does not mean I objectify women. This means I objectify worthless pseudo-deities that do nothing and speak cryptic lines all the time, and nothing of value. I want to make something, Miguel. Yeah, finish your request first. Cool. Well, it's time. We've done all this. We've done all this. Actually, it's not quite time yet. I'm gonna go Yhealing Cathedral because I'm curious if they have anything to say, but... I'm sorry, but High Priestess Nabiff isn't taking any visitors at the moment. Okay, cool. Now we're heading to Ardaheim. I'm not reading that out loud, Munch. I take it back. We're not heading to Ardaheim. We're going to sleep. Wait, what? I think resting is all I have in me. No sex? That's fucked up. I have to create a very specific term for that instead. The sex barrier stood firm. Not that it really mattered. Yeah, bigger concerns and all that. Can you believe they tried to blame me when the firewood almost caught on fire? Wait, are you the arsonist? Mercenary work isn't paying as well as it once did. Gotta wonder if we can afford a nice office by a main gate like this. If they'd created more unpeople, could we have made a difference in the Incubus War? Probably not, but... Everyone is focused on the airships, but it was the troops that caught my eye. More magically charged troops are the future. Simon is depressed after jail. Yeah, just like me. Damn it. I wish we'd kept more unpeople around. That's how I work in reality too, Sahado. I also need to finish a couple quests and scenes until I can have sex again. High Priestess Hester is missing. They need to get High Priestess here in here to stabilize things. Also, there's no High Priestess at the moment? Interesting. I may not fight, but I can still contribute to the order. I may not be able to fight anymore. Yeah. Okay, sure. I thought the Order of Silence was inferior to the Blade Masters, but I've come to respect them. Looks like slimes will always be a minor problem, but we have them under control. Oh, an orc up here. Never mind. I'm so sorry, dude. I called you an orc. I'm so sorry. Yeah, technically a spoiler. I agree. I agree. It's a spoiler to be like, hey, you need to complete quests and scenes for it to happen again. But it's... That one is like so fucking obvious. I don't really care. It's like... Yes, it is a spoiler, and above has been called out for less. The reason above has been called out for less is because it's a pattern of behavior. This one is like... Obviously. Historians say this is a statue of a mythological creature. Nice to know, I guess. Well, fuck you. I bend for the banhammer. Do you bend... like, erotically? Because, like, you don't need to bend for the banhammer. Like, I will just bonk your head. Like, I can reach. It's fine. I'm not short. Imagine a baller would be to have a RPG epic, and while you can't have sex for the last 50 hours. I would love that. Welcome back to the Order of Silence. They dropped the act. Everyone who's still playing the game is playing it for the story. No one is playing it for the sex anymore. During the Incubus War, we could do little more than defend. This will not happen again. I really hope Kalant ends up marrying Tina. These battles with highly charged lust and purity, I believe we can have a greater impact than we've seen so far. Ever since Ontarian has been ascendant, more of us have been coming over to the Order of Silence. It's a real tragedy, but we're picking up survivors from the Incubus King War, or Incubus War. This training ground. I'm going to really dedicate myself to improving there. No new dialogue here. Interesting. When I said I wanted guests from overseas, that's not what I meant. Hyuk hyuk. Also, humans are scared, but I won't give up. They'll accept us yet. Will they? Or are they just racist? Welcome to the Blade Masters Guild. Can't even talk to Ontarian here. I've never liked Ontarian, but maybe more priestesses would have died if he hadn't acted. Given the chaos, at least sorting supplies actually does some good. I wish you could explode the birds. Kirby, are you okay? Do we need to get your violent urges out somehow? If you need a therapist, I'm here for you. DM me. My rates are cheap. Only your dignity. We have a succubus wine now. It's alright. Internet died only to return to the question erotically. I was asking if you were bending erotically because you said you were bending for the banhammer, and I'm saying that there's no need to bend. I can reach your head and like bonk you. It's fine. I can't believe that we were all here, ready for airships, when the crystal of Ivala was destroyed. Owned, owned, owned. Antarian's actions got us a lot of fame, but they give me a real bad feeling. And due to that fame, I can't say anything. Unironically, this might be like one of the best lines of dialogue for like a side character. Like, this gives me so much information about this person in like one line of dialogue. This is insanely compact character writing. Like, I immediately feel so sympathetic to this guy. And I also get a little bit of, like, insight into what's going on. Like, this is such an effective line. I'm surprised. Poor guy. Full Blade Master's only beyond this point. One day I'm gonna get up there. I'm gonna rewrite reality so I become a full Blade Master at the end of the game. The Blade Masters looked so shiny, getting ready to protect the city, and then they did jack shit. It's a Doom and Destiny RPG reference, just too extremely Italian for anyone to get into it. Makes sense. The hole where the crystal used to be. It's a hole in the very heart of Ardford. If those bastards had gotten close enough, they would have felt our blades. Now, thankfully, I had 32% chance of it not turning violent, and that was enough for it not to turn violent. Don't worry, one of my kinks is extreme sexuality denial in public. Our embassy won't make any trouble. Sometimes I just get stun-locked. It's a shame that New Javini underperformed during the war. This will damage our diplomatic efforts. After how much I'm invested in you, all I have to say is skill issue, New Javini. When you called on us to help negotiate Eustern's freedom, I honestly thought it was a dream for a long time. I never imagined your generosity from so long ago would lead here. This is exactly what I feared. The new Unionist Party can create a coalition, but they can't govern during a crisis. We'll get there and pay them off, it's fine. I'm shocked to hear that the forest made it through the attack with so little damage. We're moving out soon. We need to focus at home, not on human nations. If you ask me, this is proof that the continents need to work together more. There's Arkland this time, but the next... So much chaos. I wish there was anything we could have done to help. Does the person who marries the new queen get to live in the castle? Marriage is icky, but I want to live there. What do we say? Friends? Fellows? Do you think we should make an arranged marriage? Honestly, I like this guy a little bit more than Kalant. Mommy says the old king is dead. Lots of people are sad. Seems like other continents helped out during the attack on Arkland. This is what I'm saying. We need proper embassies. This queen didn't strike me as a Shotakon. No, he's a kid. He's a puppet is what he is. We're gonna get our world domination through him. What is this? Some kind of defensive crystal? Yes, but I think there's something embedded. Simon, I must again ask you for your help in a matter regarding the Arden succession. Yes! Shouldn't your claim be untouchable? Oh, without question. The issues at hand have advanced. So, I had hoped you could work your political magic for me again. Strengthen your claim and deal with recalcitrant allies? Fucking hell, man. Recalcitrant.
Recalcitrant.
Recalcitrant. Obstinately defiant of authority or restraint, stubbornly uncooperative or disobedient. Difficult to manage or operate, not responsive to treatment, resistant. You could just say, like, reluctant allies. That's correct. Please let me know when you're ready, and I'll summon everyone. You know, Above, I was clowning on you for saying that this is gonna take 10 streams. I wasn't considering the fact that we still have like half our harem members' party quests left, and now we have political succession crisis, and we're like 1 out of 20 regions through. It's taking more than 10 streams for sure. What the hell is gonna happen now? Can I head up without? We should keep our distance to avoid complicating things for Tina. Yeah, like things aren't complicated enough. My children used to play on their own forever, but they're growing up and need more. I want to check out the crystal. Wait, where is it? Wasn't the crystal up here? I'm sorry, but the cathedral is closed due to a horrible tragedy. A tragedy? What happened? Oh, Sister Karina, I suppose I can tell you. One of our beloved sisters was murdered. Now we have a murder mystery to solve as well. Murdered? Who could do such a thing? That's what we don't know. We've closed the cathedral to investigate, but I don't know who will actually do the investigation. Ho ho, everyone! With a little bit of deduction, or this level of deduction is possible for Erika Furdo. What do you think, everyone? I'd suggest the Inquisition, but I suppose they have their work cut out for them elsewhere. Die the deaf! Sentenced to death! The great equalizer is the deaf! Sorry, that one goes over half of your heads, but the rest of you are gonna appreciate that one. Redo Mineko its peak. And with High Priestess Hester missing, everything is in turmoil. I'm not even sure who's in charge. I wish that we could help, but... Simon, let me do this. Actually, Kirby, do we have Erika emotes? I just need to post an Erika face. But I don't know if we have Erika emotes. We need Erika emotes. Post haste. It was Asterion. This level of screen looking is possible for Erika Furdo. We have Erika emotes. Based! I love Erika. It's so crazy. I feel like Erika was concocted in a lab to appeal to me specifically. Because she's like... So many tropes I enjoy, flanderized in a way that I enjoy flanderization. And then she also happens to just have so much charisma. Like, she saved the second half of Umineko so bad. And it's so funny watching other streamers play Umineko, and they just unironically hate the character. And I'm like, no, she's the best part! She's so much better than everyone else! Fuck are you talking about? Which character in this game would you describe as an intellectual rapist? Chaos Girl for sure. Meston is too sympathetic to count. You know, the fucklord. The fucklord is the intellectual rapist of this game, for sure, for sure. Simon, let me do this. I know, it's sad that a woman was murdered, but this is my chance to make a difference. Would you be open to letting us investigate? Above, it scares me how right you are, but it is what it is, yeah. The thing is, I'm having a really good time this open world segment, so I'm down to just check it off one after each other. It's gonna be a good time. It will seem that I'm unoriginal and boring. You said it at around the same time, so we can blame stream delay. You're just like me, bestie. I suppose we could, given your history with the Inquisition, but unsealing the cathedral and summoning witnesses... I understand. We'll gather resources before beginning. And you know what? That's where we're gonna end it today. We're setting up for a murder mystery. Solve the mystery of Sister Hureina's murder. Who? Reina's? Who? Whomst? Who? My god, Umineko. I'm excited. It's a little bit of a short stream today, but that's because I started so late. I'll probably get another one in tomorrow. Not 100% sure, but I think I'll get another one in. My sleep has been atrocious. I don't know what the fuck happened tonight, but I went to bed at like midnight yesterday after the stream, and I was like, baller. I went on the treadmill for 2 hours. We've done a 7-hour stream. I'm gonna sleep like a fucking rock. It's gonna be awesome. And then I slept for 4 hours, 3 hours, woke up, was awake until 10, and then slept until 2 today. So I don't know what the fuck happened, but it wasn't good. Now, with that said, let's do our end of stream like analysis thing. Miguel's section, pretty good. I liked it. I really, really like Iris and Miguel's relationship. I think it's probably the cutest one in the game. I actually don't know what the contenders are. Let me see. I think the contenders might be like... I really like Karina and Alili, but they haven't had enough recently. Yeah, I think Karina and Alili are the only contender really, and I don't think they're really that close. I really like Iris and Miguel together. Overall, I'm curious about the weapon. Normally I don't like investing in weapons, but we are in the final stretch where we're supposed to use all our money. So I might do the 10 times investment to get the max amount. We'll see. I'm gonna think about it. Orphanage-wise, that's definitely gonna come back. It's like a really nice post-game scene where you walk there and there's just a bunch of kids. I'm assuming a time skip. It's a good setup for a time skip. Either it's in the post-game or it's gonna be in like a epilogue, like, you know, text scroll of here's the game after you beat it, right? Like it's definitely gonna tug at the heartstrings in the end. Seeing the kids they're racing. Not a lot happened overall, I suppose, this stream, compared to previous streams, but overall I think it was pretty strong. I didn't think there was going to be that much content in the Miguel questline. I was very surprised by how long it took. I think it's the main thing. But it's a good sign that despite the fact that it's an open world segment, the largest one yet, I'm not dreading it. Instead, I'm really excited to just, like, you know, do one thing at a time. It's gonna be a good time. Remind that we're technically still waiting on a theoretical post-game update. Oh, I didn't know that. Fair enough. I thought the game was fully content complete now. In which case, I guess I'll return to this game when the post-game is completed, you know? We'll get our swan song in, take a break after we complete the game. We'll figure it out. But yeah, no, I don't really have that many interesting thoughts this time. It's been good. I also really like the vibes this stream. It was a fun time talking about AI and how the world sucks ass and how everything is bad. We should do that more. But with that, I will... Swan song? Yeah! I'm excited for the new Silk Song expansion coming. But with that, I'm gonna say bye, nerds, and head off and do something else. Probably go relax, watch some more. I'm watching Joseph Anderson play 13 Sentinels. And I was reflecting on the fact that that game is so much better than every fucking Japanese pseudo visual novel ever released because it doesn't have a first person perspective. So it doesn't explain what's happening on screen back to you in like a whiny protagonist voice every 2 seconds. And I was like, that's why that game is fucking goated. And none of the other games are nearly as good. So if you want a game to play, that's a good game. But yeah, bye nerds.